Hey, welcome. This is a VoD for our new Fall 2020 Berserkers team. We've got Lance on top lane, Jonathan on jungle, Danny on mid. We've got, I think, Adrian on ADC and Joshua on support, unless I have that backwards. I'm going to try to get you guys some individual and team feedback. So first up, individually, Lance, you're doing a pretty good job playing a melee into a ranged matchup there. You're respecting the range at first and then going in aggressively later. One thing that's not happening though is dodging against Jin's particular skill shots. And probably, I don't think top laners would play against Jin too often. But he's got a very long range, fairly narrow, fairly high speed shot. And one thing you're doing is you are dodging away from it instead of perpendicular. In other words, you want to generate some tangential velocity, not radial velocity, so that you get a transversal on that. One other thing to think about is quick Gun Gale online reference. You want to make sure that you are predicting the sight lines. Seen that one. Anyway, one other thing, make sure that when you're ahead, you're not dancing, doing the like twitchy thing. It's bad sportsmanship. And furthermore, the difference between us and the pros is the amount of information that they process throughout. So you want to spend the cognitive bandwidth you have on appropriate load. You want to make sure that you're watching the minimap more, communicating with your teammates more clearly, looking into itemizations, trying to figure out the next play. Always something to be thinking about and doing even when you guys are playing. So just spend your time on that, not on like dancing emotes. Hey, next up, Jonathan. Since you are kind of dictating the pace of the game with that super high speed, super fed Hecarim, you can definitely be sending out more pings. Obviously, I can't hear what you guys are saying in Discord since this is a replay file, assuming that you're doing a lot of the shot calling. But since you're going to be fairly aware of your own pathing, I think you can start to set things up maybe even earlier on and help the laners decide how to manage their as well, depending on driving and ganking. Later in the game too, I think that you are placing a lot of wards along with your team. Late game warding was good, early game not so much. But when you guys are kind of crushing the other team that hard, you can optimize your wards, and in this case that would mean placing them even a little bit farther up so that you can do bait and collapse maneuvers, or you can just generally invade jungle a little. Last up, towards the very end, you totally threw your lead there by trying to do a 1v3 blind into their base under tower. Don't throw leads. Always think about how your psychology impacts your gameplay. Obviously, looking at in retrospect, that death probably cost you guys, 30 seconds on the enemy game time. Our goal is always to win as fast and clean as we can. Danny, on mid lane, check your recall timings. Not so much around the wave management, that seemed fine, but just when you're at like 1/4 health and you're playing Yasuo, you need to go get on full health because Yasuo, he's not a robust champ, right? So you need that health bar because you were playing aggressively on low health frequently. And when you're playing aggressively too, it wasn't just a little bit, it was like way out of position. Super aggressively. Most of your deaths, I think, based on positioning and just restoring your health bar would have been completely avoidable most of the time. Adrian, your recall timing does affect your support's recall timing, so please be conscious of both of those since you're kind of dictating where and how your support needs to play around. I'm not seeing exactly what it is you guys need to be doing, but there's definitely some kind of a positioning issue in bot lane too. You guys are getting repeatedly chunked out, killed, etc. Without really being able to trade back. So I wish I had a little more game knowledge to help you guys, but I am gonna suggest that recall timing and figuring out kind of how to play around your gold, how to play around the wave, but also play around your health is important. For Joshua, ditto. Specifically for your matchup though, what I'm seeing is you dropping on health a lot faster than you're dropping on mana, and I kind of suspect that you could be using your abilities more often, and in the process kind of zoning or else trading more effectively to get. So should always be a way to trade back. So yeah, I'd say trade mana, not health, play a little more aggressively. Against the matchup you guys were in too, I think that the Lux wasn't really necessary for the team to output massive damage. You guys had Yone, Yasuo, Hecarim, and Jin. Damage. So if there's one thing that Lux could be doing, it's building some defensive items and peeling. And her skill set, her kit is really good for that. So maybe think about itemization a little. All right, so that's for individual pointers. Let's go to team pointers. What I'm going to suggest is you guys set up a custom ARAM match. You have our very own Jin start just shooting, especially at our top laner, and you guys should just practice dodging those skill shots. And get in the habit for knowing when the shot's going to be one of those fast long range shots and dodging tangentially instead of doing the runaway back out of range method, which works for some of the slower skill shots that only go at shorter range. Like sometimes with a REQ, no, not usually, but like a Sivir Q or something, you can usually back out of the way, playing at like a healthy, respectful distance in the first place. Not so in this case. So think about when to dodge tangentially and build some good habits around that. Add Lux into the mix. And have her try to zone immobilize and play aggressively in front of her support. Sorry, in front of her ADC too. So add Lux into the mix once you guys get good at dodging just Jin alone. That a little more. On tutorials, I'd recommend going on skill capped and finding some guides around when pros recall, and also maybe even looking at bot lane position. So I think there's some good tutorials on that there. I know I've watched them, I just can't remember what they. I should be able to search and find. As far as strategy goes, my question of the day for you guys is, when you are moving around the outer concave and they are on the inner concave, obviously they have a lot shorter distance to travel and have the benefit of more vision, walls, etc. So you need to find a way to use their mobility against them. And this probably means that, first of all, you're going to have to ward more aggressively and kind of optimize the placement of those wards so that you have vision control and you can see what's going on. And secondly, use your split lane pressure to either actually get something done on one hand, or on the other hand, to bait out and collapse, basically just trap them with their own, to move right into you, make that work against them. So very Sun Tzu, hopefully, but just think about when you're having to run farther, you need them to come to you. They're the faster team. I'm not talking about Hecarim speed, that was insane. Just overall team fighting. And lastly, for wellness and psychology component here, question of the day for you guys to think about is how to play when you're that far ahead. Just make sure that you are playing clean and crisp, and the goal is always to end the game as efficiently and quickly as possible, because you guys some needless deaths there, and I think that game could have ended almost in even sub 20 minutes here. So with that, let's get started. Oh, actually before that, let us get a quick shout out to our awesome sponsors. Thank you very much for supporting us. And we'll get in. Bing! Cool. Freaking. Sound is good too. Okay. And I'm not the mini map this time. That's sweet. Okay. So one of the very first things that you guys did that was awesome. Actually, let's first talk about how the other team screwed up. Okay. They're going to invade your blue buff. Correct timing is roughly like 1 minute 20 seconds plus. They should be standing in this bush, or maybe like, yeah, maybe that bush, till almost 1 minute 20. No giveaway that they're going to try to invade and steal your blue. Okay, see how that was a dead giveaway? Oh, look, there's all 4 of them. What are they going to do? They're going to invade your blue. When are they going to invade your blue? Not for another minute. So what do you guys get to do? You know, wait for advantageous play and collapse on somebody that overextends. I mean, you guys did awesome responding to that, by the way, but they should have never let that happen. So if you wanted to check out how to do that blue invade, make sure that you know the timings on it. Story. Now this was a good play on your part where you actively did something awesome. It would have been very tempting to just directly chase the Kha'Zix, but instead you guys cut him off. So that was awesome, and with Hecarim's mobility, you're able to not only bait out the flash, but then Q immobilized here from Lux. I forget if that's right. That's right. And boom, 2 kills. Awesome. Done. Yasuo, you have enough money to buy a Doran's Blade here? I'm wondering though, if you just run straight back, shove out a wave, that does anything for you or not? I think you made the right choice though. Probably head back, buy the second door, turn to lane, and I think you're able to still completely catch that wave. Question is why the Nunu and Willip isn't just hard pushing here. Like they should just bam, 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 bam. I feel like if they'd put everything they had into it, they could have maybe crashed the wave on your tower and you would have lost some CS. I'm not sure. All right, down here. You guys are late to lane because of that engagement, even though it was totally worth it. Got 2 kills and an assist or whatever. So, question is, now that they have the push advantage, minion lead, how do you play around them? And one question is, which of the enemy team's abilities are blocked by your own minions, and which one are not? should Lux be blocking for the Jhin? And again, I don't play bot lane or know these champions well enough to provide answers, but I can tell that you guys are getting chunked and not able to trade back. So there's definitely something wrong here. Just can't quite put my finger on it. Hopefully somebody with some more game knowledge and experience can help you guys figure out what it is about this particular matchup that's not working. Okay, again, here, you guys are totally zoned out, despite the fact that you both got range. They're definitely going to get to level 2 first, so that's an issue. In fact, they've already got level 2, right? So that is a problem. I like that you're respectful about that. You've got to be doing something for all the damage you're taking. And I'm not quite sure how to help you there. Alright, up here, Hecarim's got it. Go recall. Go recall. Get Hecarim in for it. Don't worry about it. Go recall. So, okay. Take your farm. Go quick, go quick. Then get recalled. You need health bar. Good gank. Let's see. As long as Hecarim's on the way, do you just want to push and crash, or do you want to try to continue a freeze right in the center of mid? I mean, there's something to be said for just crashing hard and letting the wave bounce back to you. Okay, this is a place. Okay, right here, right here. Yasuo, watch the minimap a little more. And then Hecarim, make sure you're communicating. I feel like if Yasuo had roamed first, since he did in fact have potential lane priority there, you guys could have started that as a 2v1, ended it successfully as a 2v2, both come out ahead on that. You guys had more health, you have more damage output, a little more fed than your opponents, and so you had lane priority there. But because that was clearly a 1v2 and Yasuo hadn't roamed out, then I think Hecarim made the right choice to retreat. So good decision making there. But again, definitely watch when you have priority and so forth. All right. So let's see. How recently did their bot lane? I think I like that you guys are just smashing this wave all over. Yeah. This is perfect. Good job. Good job on wave management. It's gonna crash on tower. Those are recalling. Excellent. That was good. Good job. Over here, you got a 33% health Yasuo. I like that you're gonna clear the wave immediately after clearing this wave. Should recall and complete. Is it worth a plate, or is it worth high risk of death? I guess I don't know how much gold is in your pocket. It's so tempting to get greedy. Take home that extra gold on your recall, but I think you're missing your recall when you're here. Yeah, the Doran's Blade is helping you heal back up. But you're just generally playing too greedy and overstaying, and those mistakes would get punished hard against a more skilled. Lady, here.
Storm of blades.
Yeah, I think I agree with the keep it as slow as you can. Push the wave. Let's see, where's the position? Oh yeah, you might be able to crash it. Good job, good job. Good decision making. Yeah, that was great. Okay. Could have recalled prior to this, I think. Your health bar is coming back up though. Life steal you got on there. Okay, recall now maybe? Oh, good job. Okay. What's going on down here? Alright, so you guys are once again chunked out to less than half health. The wave the minion advantage is once again in blue's favor too, so you guys are going to be hard pressed once your last 2 minions die, so you have more damage coming your way than not. Hecarim is going to be insane. Goodness. I mean, I know the answer. Predator, Boots, Ghost, Hecarim. Still. So. Okay. So we just burned a flash. We should be thinking repeat lane. Oh my goodness, Lux, go recall. Good. Good. Again, your Lux is recalling. You should recall too. Oh man. We back that up 20-15 seconds. I feel like Lux should have gotten out of there sooner. I'm glad that you're still getting out of there. That's awesome. But you guys are just playing a little too greedy. Like, yep, you weren't engaged in that fight anyway, so might as well get out of there. Okay, see what's going on here. Oh, that was a clean engage. Feel like there's some skill. Oh no, wait. Yeah, he should have run back to tower. Okay, he hesitated and went back and pushed his bad news. Nice work. I don't even know. Or anyway. Oh, good. That's fine. Here's the Nunu and Willip. Heads up, it's coming. Like that scene in Austin Powers where the get out of what you do. Too soon anyway. Feel like your opponent is new to that champion. Well, okay. So I like that you get out of there when you see the cause. You can see that both of these champions went back to lane, so possibly going after them is good. I like. Oh, good. Good that you're coming into counter gank there. Yeah, excellent coordination. I'm sure you guys were talking about that, or I didn't see any things, but again, good communication. Didn't quite get it. That's okay. Team dominance is fine. And you can take that tower out, and then yeah, sweet. At which point we got a Yasuo on low health, running way down mid lane.
Turret has been destroyed.
Let's think about that. I feel like it must be. I like that you were going in as if you're going for that cannon last hit, and then you faked the angle. That was skills. Okay, that's the thing I want you guys to see if you can dodge. Not necessarily because it's dodgeable.
4, 2, 2, 3.
I don't know if it is or not, but simply anticipate the sight lines. Don't use the sight lines, anticipate the sight lines. Like Kazuto. I mean, it is Yone. Anybody can Kazuto, it's Yone.
Cross the veil.
This is ranged. Awesome. If they don't get super far ahead in the early game. Alright, I like that. I like that you're using your abilities, Lux. That's good. Again, I feel like there's something in positioning that I'm missing and you guys are missing. Just not sure what, sorry.
A summoner has disconnected.
I think, just because it's so late, I'm going to skip way ahead here. We're going to try to get to about 1640, I think. Yep. Right about here. Okay. So here's a point where we got Yasuo way out in front, all by himself. Nobody's around. What is that? Why? Just why? You're like way down here. You can't see where any of the enemy champions are. You're way down there on low health under their tower. Don't do that, man. Right. All is well here. I think there's some nice bait coming up on this. Yeah, that was good. Oh, by the way, so your vision is pretty good through here, right? It's good. You guys were just recently pushing on mid lane. Your vision right now reflects that you're this part. So that's good. I can tell that they're
banish the shadows.
Way to like pretend like you're stalling them. Or maybe you are stalling. I don't know. In any case, way to decide to turn and fight. And you guys got such a clean engagement between the knockup, the Lux ulti, and the damage output for, you know, Hector and that was a good skirmish. Let's see, with only 2 champions on the map, I believe this is relatively safe. That's so insane. The speed is crazy.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Right, good. Okay, so now you guys are trying to siege down the central turret, trying to put some pressure on side lanes here. At this point, our ward placement is too far back. So I'm hoping that the next set of wards get you the ability to collapse right in here or right in here, where you might be able to bait them into a fight. They think they're collapsing on you, and you just completely flip it on them. So yeah, good, reasonable split lane pressure here. Here, we really can't tell what's going on, right? Like the pressure was there, the idea of the 1-3-1 split lane was there, but since there was no vision on your part, that was, I mean, it couldn't do it. So now we're in the same position over here potentially, where you can't see into this jungle. That is a risky spot to be. So it's good that your teammates are coming in to support. Now that you're grouped up a little better, that's a lot safer chance. But again, it's potentially it's potentially a 2v4, I think, based on what you guys can tell from your fog of war. There you go. Now it's just 4x4 air fight. It's all good. 4v3, fight in your favor. Always try to take a numeric. And good. You notice that he was running. You're able to really good map awareness, which is important while you're a jungler. It's awesome. So now we've got this ward. That's awesome. Very good job. We've got some long range fire coming in from their Jhin and their Ashe. You guys are able to dodge this. Yasuo, you're on very low health here. I feel like, oh, yep, there you go. You were way out front. Your champion was never built to peel, man. You cannot do that, especially when 1/3 or 1/4 health. That was a good use of Shelly. Okay, so I think you guys take a break. Good job not going for whatever you call it. Little plant division is a dead giveaway on the minimap for position. Nice zoning shot. Good ward placement to pull that off.
Slain the dragon.
Good job. That was clean. Right. The question is, what should you guys be doing now? Let's look at the menu. Feel like alternating between mid and bot lane is the easiest and best place to put some pressure down. You guys are going down mid. That sounds great. Your carry's way up here, so play a little cautiously. Oh wait, no, play cautiously. No, what was that? Why is your corpse even over there? Shouldn't at least your corpse be over here? Like, why? How did your corpse get even in the wrong position there? Come on. By the way, I do that too, so just trying to. Alright. At this point, with the three of you guys in mid lane here. Oh, this is fun. Now it is a 2v1 under tower. Now it is a 3v1 under tower. That was over 700 shutdown gold. You guys got, 2 kills for that. But I would argue that your Hecarim does not need to play that aggressively in this game. There was no reason to do that. So that was, like borderline throwing leads there. With that amount of shutdown gold on your head, you don't want to do that. I think there was an easier way to all go in together, take that tower down safely, and or really think about trying to pressure 2 lanes at the same time and then collapse when they come into defense. You guys are thinking this already because I see the wards up. I see the intent is there. I know that it didn't work out for the Jhin when he was solo and everything was unwarded, but this is a different scenario. And you guys can see that they're able to run back and forth pretty quickly, right? So you need some way to make them come to you. Otherwise, they can defend for a long time. There's always the difficulty with CJ. Oh, I think we've got a Jhin ulti come here in a couple minutes where Yasuo does an excellent job running transversal, playing that rock, paper, scissors mind game, and then dodging successfully. I don't know if that's happened yet. I don't think that's coming up soon.
But I can't seem to cool it.
Just think about position relative to your teammates. You guys are doing okay.
Be gone.
It's so fast. That's not even fair.
Hasagi!
So does Jin have the range to land poke on him right now? I think so, right? And even go a little over here, get a ward over the wall,
Scatter
and then
shot.
poke in kind of a zone him out for at least one side of the tower while other people go on the other side. I guess that would put him out of position. Okay. Use the wall. Turn left. Turn right. Don't go straight. I think you turn right. Yeah, nice ulti. Yep, okay. So you should end the game right now, right? I think you do. What's this about? Yeah, we do. Good. Okay, cool.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Alrighty. You guys close it out right after this. So cool. Overall, great game. You guys played really well. Let's go here real quick. And yeah. Try dodging some of those long-range, high-speed, tricky skill shots. Try using Lux to immobilize zone and play a little more aggressively. Do that in a custom ARAM game, maybe. Check out recall timing. I think we are recalling less than pros for sure. Maybe not always for the right. And then think about how to make them come to you when sieging, because otherwise they run the shorter distance and will always be able to clump up and defend easier, group up better. This is from any point at 1640 onward in the game. And then consider improved ward placement, a little bit more customized. By the way, one thing they should have been doing is with the speed of the Hecarim, they should have been placing their wards deep in the river, not in the usual brush locations. So they basically had no notice because they didn't customize such a fast jungler. And so that definitely worked. And then last up, think about how to play ahead, what your goals should be, how to approach it, and to not make some careless mistakes towards the end. So that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you found this helpful.